Yeah, well, I think like with the vision board anyway. So I created a new one as well. I didn't have one for a long time, and I have a new mentor. And I think like the first or second session we had, he's like, well, I told him about the vision board story. He's like, "Do you have one now?" Because I was kind of feeling, lately, kind of, wasn't sure my direction. If was I
Hmm.
moving in the right direction, or fe- kind of felt or disorganized, confused. So he's like, make that vision board again. And I made three of them, like, and they just kept getting better every time I did. I used a lot of, I printed everything out in color too. So I used a lot of ink.
Hmm.
But the thing is, like, 10, 15 minutes before bed, I'll actually just sit in front of this and look at it. And I'll look at ways I can make it better. Like, oh, I should have this and this and this. So I still do that. And I didn't do it for a long time. And I really got off track. And I did not have my goals. I had my goals all kind of all over the place because it could be an ADHD thing, but I have them up on my wall and sticky notes and stuff like that. So, um, but yeah, the differentiator though, like I think with the between like the vision connects to your goals, but you don't have to have a vision board, of course, to make it happen. I mean, you
Right.
could maybe you just want to journal everything out, and I think that's really important is that you just get it out of your head onto something, onto paper, or if you're into illustrations and drawing, make illustrations about it, whatever it is. Like, make storyboards. I know someone who just made their own storyboards about their journey, and that's what they used.
Hmm.
So it doesn't matter how you do it, just do whatever works for you. Maybe you do want to line up a bunch of sticky notes, and that's great too. Like, I find, but having something visual, not I mean, yeah, sure, there's a computer software we can use, and you can use Pinterest, and I've seen people do it that way, and that's good. But I think there's also something very creative about just you know making these things and bringing them into the physical space, and it just felt
Hmm.
very real to me, when I was making it. But also spending time with it as well. So I'd recommend that one of the things that I do every morning is I'll have my three goals for the week, the month, and the year. Like, I'll have those written out in my journal, and I'll read over those, every day. And then I've got my big goal that I have, which is, that's like where everything's kind of moving towards that. But all these things are, lining up. And again, this wasn't something that just happened overnight. I continued to refine them again and again and again, and just did a lot of journaling. I have journals, like, you can buy those for like, less than $10 on Amazon or at your local bookstore or something. So just pick up a line journal, and and again, I mean, I do most of my writing on the computer. So I actually like to take a break from that and just spend time like journaling and
Hmm.
thinking things through, um, taking time out to just think through the process. And when you think through the process, you start to connect everything in your mind as well, and that's where you actually get a lot of clarity. And sure, there could be a lot of there's a lot of stuff up there. Maybe you have a lot of thoughts about things you need to do and plans you
Hmm.
have to make and this and that. But if you sit with yourself long enough and just kind of think through, the process of, not just it's not just about what I want, but like, if I can help other people get what they want, like, what kind of impact would that have? Like, how many people could, if I help one person and that person helps five people and that person helps 10 people, like, that's kind of how I think, is like 100 years from now, who knows what
Yeah.
impact your actions are going to take. Because I used to think, okay, like, it's all about my goals and it's all about me. And so, but I started to think bigger, and then it
Hmm.
started to change. And that's when I started to have more like deeper gratitude sessions with myself. So